Y'all know what it is. It's the Sports Sesh.
Once again. Welcome.
With our favorite guest, favorite friend.
Y'all
Back
know
in the
who it
house.
is. That boy Buddha Babe in the
Baby!
Glad to be back
So
on
glad
the
to
Sports
have you.
Sesh.
So glad to have you.
A wee bit, just for a wee bit.
Wee
On the
bit.
Sports Sesh for a wee bit. I want
Sliding up in there.
to agitate my mans and them real quick.
Ain't no agitation, it's all love.
Well,
We gonna play a little devil advocacy as we do always on the sports. We're gonna come with you a new segment within the segment called Grind Our Gears, shit that just bother you that the people do in the world. But let's get to it. Playoffs. They in full swing. First round, a lot of good games, good teams. Outballing, man. Where y'all want to start? Y'all want to start with who you got over there, Mister? Y'all know it's your boy Neff. I ain't
Yeah, no, we just jumped in two, but that's all right.
Neff. Whoever you want to be, whoever you want me to be, I'm him. I'm him.
You Neff today, you
Yeah,
two.
I'm always both of them.
For the people
For
today.
the people, I'm always two, man.
Okay.
My grandmama gave me that name, so I gotta,
My grandmama gave me that
Mama
name,
named Two.
man.
I'm gonna call him Two.
Grandma called him Two. We're gonna call him Two.
That's what they say. That's what it is. Two love.
Two love. What it do, man? Mr. Who today?
Mr. Master.
Mr. Master.
Mr. Master.
Mr. Master.
Man, I want to kind of dig into kind of who we looking at, checking out right now. Miami, they're kind of road to, how they got here so far coming out of the playing game, and then now they seeming like, they kind of giving it to Milwaukee a little bit. It's still got a lot of time left.
Man.
But just their path and their series. What y'all think this series longevity gonna look like?
Giannis went out 6 minutes in the game with a back injury, 6'11". So I think that's everything for Miami.
That hurt my heart, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's everything for Miami. No Giannis.
No Giannis, that's my guy, man.
That makes it a lot.
That's free range chicken right there.
What you thinking? What you thinking now? Y'all thinking he down for what? Thinking he down for a game, 2-1-2? Or you thinking about like
I don't know.
It's hard to assess that one.
I didn't see the fall.
People that big, that lower back, that back area for people like 6'10" and 6'3". I mean not 6'10", but like 6'4"
It's major.
Up to 16 and 7 footer. Yeah, that back is major.
It's major for anybody, but the taller fellas that tends to be a problem.
I think Milwaukee got enough pieces to advance out of the first round, but that's about it. They're not gonna get past Boston's or Phillies. That was a charge, but they called a block. But the other teams are just gonna be too much without Giannis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Embiids, the Hardens, the Taylors, and the Browns. You know what I'm saying?
Because we're going. I'm sorry, but I mean cut you. I'm sorry about that, man. Because I didn't want to leave the local squad out. I was kind of want to dive back into this season. You'll get in props. You know what I'm saying?
Guys as well.
You upset?
Yeah, man. Because like I said, man, they came out shooting too many threes for me, man. Like I seen at one point in time, like in the beginning of the game and like towards before halftime, they shot maybe like 10 threes back to back to back. Nobody drove. Back to back threes. Nobody hit any threes except for what's buddy name number 8 with the fro.
Jalen Williams.
Yeah. He hit maybe 1 3 in a mid range, and they just kept pulling threes. Like, man, what is going on? Get to the bucket.
Yeah, that's today's NBA culture though.
It just upset me, bro. How many threes they shot to no avail.
Get on the thunder, man. Say your spiel, mister. Master, say your story.
Man, I would just want to give them overall pride. I mean, I agree with what you're saying. It's kind of the overall culture, but with that team outside of Shea, they don't need to be shooting them at all. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they don't have the shooters like that and working within the offense, but I'm gonna see what they come with next season because they supposedly be unable to get Holmgren. Holmgren back, so we'll see. You'll see, he putting all these videos and workout tapes and all this stuff out there. So we'll see what really gonna go with.
The number one draft pick didn't play this year for the Thunder. So that's kind of where I was gonna go.
What reason did he
broke his foot?
He tore something in his foot.
But that's kind of my observation. They overachieved, really. The playoffs, it was cool. You know what I mean? But I don't think locally going into the season we expected the Thunder to put up a great. I think some of the analysts around here have projected 23 to 25 wins for the team. They thought they were going to be in a tanking type mode. So man, just to watch that young team come together.
They came up.
Come together
Absolutely.
to see that we possibly have a chance of hitting on a bunch of players again, like we did with the Harden, the first group of Thundercats. It's pretty cool,
I
man.
got a question.
My
But go ahead,
whole
though.
my whole
Hey, Rev.
view of sports
Yeah,
has kind of
Ashley.
changed.
Mhm.
Now that I'm in Oklahoma City and I'm a willing participant in going to these games, that
Mhm.
I stopped, trying to call cats trash, or because people got different philosophies of what they're
Yeah.
trying to do with their organizations. And
Mhm.
so a small market team like Oklahoma City is not going to attract the Jimmy Butlers, the John Morants of the world. So when they draft players and they trade players, those things are big for us. So we got to take them all with a grain of salt.
I got a question, man. What y'all thinking about? What y'all think about Oklahoma's coaching? Like, how do y'all feel about the coach?
I don't have no feeling. Once again, I don't have any expectations for him or those players.
I think
Go
he's
ahead.
pretty crispy.
You think
Me
what?
myself, I think he's pretty crispy.
Yeah.
And the only reason I say that is because of the youth that he has on his team. He has the luxury to do it right now because he don't have no bona fide long term, or long in the tooth NBA star. He got a young NBA star, but he's very good at going just into his bench randomly.
Yeah.
I mean, he keeps them on the edge, and this is from the players. All I'm pretty much saying it themselves. They always stay sharp and prepared and staying within the groove of the game, how things are going, because they don't know when they're gonna get in there. Even if it's the last man on the bench, you're like, I know I ain't getting no PT. Yeah, you are. So I like the fact that he's continuing to kind of keep the edge and developing that team.
I always thought that was their problem. Not now, but I always thought that
that's what I was
that was
going to
Oklahoma's problem with their coaching more or less than it was players.
You will never. What a team like Oklahoma City, and that's kind of what I was saying in my last little spiel was, it's hard to gauge because you can't gauge how good a young coach or a young team is until they're in the fires going against the Golden States, and you got to make those coaching changes. Those players got to step up. When the crunch time right now, there's no pressure on anybody. There's the NBA analysts around the league. There's nobody putting pressure on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander to win a championship for Oklahoma City.
Because he was getting to the bucket nicely.
Yeah, he's nice, but he can't.
Nice.
He's the only player on the roster that can consistently.
Okay, so let's segue right into next year. Let's go.
What's up?
Put it on front office. That's really what I had this down on my notes to talk about.
Which way front office? Coaching front office, or are you talking about players front office?
Players front office.
Okay, you saying that
because I think that is this the season to go out and get a you ain't gonna get no superstar big name,
we got some
but you gonna get we got a lot of assets. I said, look at me. $30 million, $30 million in a cap space, and they got all them picks in first round picks.
Yeah,
so they got a lot of things that they can put together and do some things. So do you think that the front office, because I'm gonna throw this out to you two gentlemen, do you think the front office is going to exercise and move on that this season, even in a partial manner, let's just say, in something else in a lower capacity, or they're going to still go through another season, get Holmgren integrated into the team, see how that lays out, especially how they played this year, and see how they landed and do it the season after next?
I think they need to go for it. And it's been too many times like we've been too close, or could have been this, could have been this. Like, I think they need to go for it, man. We be getting players, man. We get players that can play, and then when it come time, they really show up sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Especially like this year. Like he was saying earlier, they was kind of counting them out. You know what I mean? So for them to get to the play-in, you know what I'm saying? That was pretty. That wasn't expected for them. You know what I'm saying? So I think they need to go ahead and utilize at least one.
To answer your question, I'm gonna ask you a question. Not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna shoot out a bunch of names here, man. James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Nikola Vukic.
I ain't gonna say that because I'd be worse.
Russell Westbrook, Victor Oladipo, Jeremy Grant, D'Angelo Russell, Harrison Barnes, DeAndre Drummond, Javon Carter, Draymond Green, Chris Middleton, Danilo Gallinari, Kevin Love, Blake Griffin, Kristaps Porzingis, Carmelo Anthony, Joe Ingles, Wesley Matthews, Dylan Brooks, Gordon Hayward, Fred VanVleet, Steph Curry, not Seth, Seth Curry, not Steph's brother, and Jeff Green. These are some of the top free agents in this pending year. So with that $30 million,
Carmelo Anthony.
He hasn't officially retired.
He ain't pulled his name from the league yet.
So shit.
My question to you is,
it's some
this
players.
is kind of the old adage is, why go spend some money on something that may not really move life for Oklahoma City? Why not continue putting that money in the bank and reinvesting it when the shades come up?
Okay,
You got to redo those deals.
I was going to throw that question out for you, gentlemen, but I want to put this little sprinkle in there, and this is just a scenario because of the player and then where the team is, right? Not really right now. I'm really thinking just 1 year past now. Do you think it would be worth some of that space to pick up a Draymond Green type who has that? And I'm not talking about this next season coming up. I'm just saying that maybe within the next 2 years, maybe 3. But would you pick up a player of that caliber and spend some money to bring the next level of experience in? Because they're going to need that at some point. We've seen that with Kendrick Perkins. And right now, there's nobody on the squad. If they're going to get to that next level here, and with, like I said, in the next 2 or 3 years, what does that look like? Well, I'm not saying specifically Draymond. I'm just saying that type of player.
So far, have we been watching from around these teams that's presented himself? If man, and the only reason why I would say this, and it's probably a long shot, Jaylen Brown on the Boston Celtics. In the media, he's kind of been expressing that he's been a little perturbed that Boston's tried to trade him the last couple of years. Have made him available. That's a player I could see. Oklahoma City.
He would fit.
Personality-wise, he would fit. His game-wise would fit. But the kid he's from Atlanta.
That's what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. That's what
I've always said. It's a bigger city than Oklahoma City.
And that's what I've always said. There's nothing to keep them here besides them everybody wanting the ring.
But
money-wise, Oklahoma City.
I'm saying that too, but there's nothing to keep them here.
Keep living.
I think a player like that, though, the opportunity to win a ring would.
I just think
and they already doing 2-year, 3-year deals as they sign it anyway.
To actually lead and be the
head guy,
that's more. We got a big man in homeroom, right? And that's
what do you think? Do you think a player like a caliber of Brown would come here and take the Robin to Shea's Batman? Because he's the homegrown, pretty much hero.
Shit, Shea and Williams. Is that what you said his name was?
Shea and Jalen Williams. This is the truth. This is just the truth about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Fine player.
I agree with you.
Superstar.
I agree with you. Looking at it now,
but his jumper's not consistent enough beyond mid-range.
That's not
for him.
His jumper remind me of how LeBron's was when he came in.
I'm definitely going to take a Jaylen Brown. If you pair Jaylen Brown,
that's true. With a number 1 and Shea number 2, yeah, that's nasty.
That's a nasty little combination.
And if Holmgren turned out to be, that's a nice squad. That's nice. Well, you got to factor in too what players they're gonna lose.
That's the type of and that's why I brought up Jaylen Brown, because he's a mature type of player. He was really active in a lot of the NBA's stance on stuff over the past couple of seasons ago.
JB?
Yeah, for Boston. He was in Atlanta leading rallies. He was in Boston leading rallies.
Yeah, so they out here looking like Batman now, like the real Batman.
All right, let's say we're on this topic because I want to make sure we hit this too. While we're talking about some injustices, what y'all think about E40 getting removed from the Kings game?
I wanted to bring that up to y'all.
From the Kings game.
The game was so damn good.
What happened?
Look,
man, I've got some things from kind of both sides of it. I guess it was a white lady that he was having an exchange with. I guess she said something ignorant or kind of just really being an overbearing fan. And that's what it was kind of going on for a moment, a good while of the game. And then 40, I guess at some point turned around and said something back to her. She said that it was just cuntish along that level, that word. And you know how they feel about that. So yeah. Don't get to that grind in my gears, like shit, yo. So it was along that level of and again, I'm just reading random reports. I have got nothing official. I ain't got no, quote from 40 Water. This is what she said, but he said it was just where, she was being ridiculous, rude, and got into a racial tone, and he kind of had enough and turned around and said something to her.
What is a racial tone?
And that's what I'm saying. I don't even think that's his, racial tone. 40 Water ain't gonna say no shit like that.
40 can't probably
so I don't know.
Look, man, this
what's the racial tone?
But you know how these people be acting. They get at these games.
My gears right the fuck now. Grind my gears right the fuck now. Motherfuckers be like, yo, he called me a cunt. When I say motherfuckers, you know who I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly who the fuck I'm talking about. I'm talking about y'all's ass. Anywho, y'all be like, oh my God, he called me a cunt. I can't believe it. That nigger. Now, which one's more offensive? We tell you hoes for the last 1,000 years, stop calling us nigga, please.
Talk to
Don't
him.
even put the ER or the A on it. Please, just it's offensive. My grandmama don't even like you saying it around it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tell us the lamest ass excuses in the world, like, well, it's in all the music. Right, but I don't ever have to sit here amongst none of my brethren and have to tell them not to use the word faggot. Right? Because we understand that it's offensive.
True.
Right? No
True.
homosexual has to come up and tell us not to say it, and we don't be like, well, they make a whole TV show about it. Right? Because we understand. Y'all need to grasp some understanding about your motherfucking self. Or y'all gonna start getting slapped. See, that's the problem. That's the motherfucking problem.
Y'all grinded this man's gears. Y'all
man,
saying, bro, it just be little bullshit like that.
The whole system is shut down.
I just be holding shit in, but I just don't be understanding shit. Motherfuckers be like, oh my, I'm so offended, officer. He called me a cunt. And then I want to be like, oh my God, officer, I'm so offended. The bitch called me a nigga. And then y'all gonna be like, oh, what? You just a nigga. That's how we feel about cunt. Black people don't know what the fuck cunt is. They don't cunt. We don't care. Cunt ain't no different than bitch. Bitch ain't no different than hoe. You know what I'm saying? You a cunt bitch hoe. You know what I'm saying? That's what we gonna say. Once again, lie. Excuse me. This is just running my voice. Now back to the What's up? I'm sorry, guys. I just had to let you know.
Like we were saying.
E40 got if that's the case, man, I felt keeping the game. Game was good. I couldn't keep my eyes away.
It was fire.
I still want to know what is a racial tone.
Racial tone?
I guess
I would probably be like trigger words, you know what I'm saying? If it's
tone is
just racial.
If tone is a level of like
I don't know about tone.
Like how do you how do you have
either it is or it ain't.
That's not true though, because in America there's not one word that has one significant meaning to it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but
you know what I'm saying?
A
take the word cool.
Like, is it less offensive if you're called niggerish versus being called a nigger?
What she's
like,
saying is like it's less offensive if we was called.
See, what
hold on. It's if we was called.
Well, I always thought tone
niggers.
Well, I always thought tone was like take your ass back to Africa.
I thought tone was.
See, that's how I took tone, like or underlining to it.
Okay.
Are
insinuating
you from here?
something.
You know what I mean? Type shit. Well, who are you to afford these seats?
Yeah.
You know that's how I always take tone and the underlining shit. But either way it go, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I can understand that. I just had to get an understanding of what.
We got to, bro. We got to, but that's the problem. There's no understanding out here, right? Some people expect us to never be able to. Me and the homie went and said, "It's some nice ass seats at the Texas Ranger." You best believe there were some eyes on us.
Oh yeah,
we was the only two colors.
Yeah,
it's a nice ass seat.
Man, that shit felt so good. Though. I got to the point in my life. I love that shit.
I love it.
But it was.
Hey, let me get a bird.
But I will say this though. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? After a while, they realized, well, fuck it, goddamn, they started in their minds. This is probably what it was. And I had one of them kind of over time tell me that. But it was like, well, they kind of figured, Darshawn, y'all got some money. So y'all kind of all right. At least you got enough money to know how to be up in there and know how to act. So exactly. they look at you like, damn, y'all get in there. But they've got a little bit of money in their pocket, so they'll be all right.
Because we went in there kind of like Gordo. I mean, I hit the buffet 3, 4, 5 different times.
Oh yeah. I was trickling myself.
Second time I brought 2 plates back. You know what I'm saying? Like
I mean, we went to a basketball game, and when we got there, it was some people in our seats. And it was my cousin's wife. His wife had some tickets in the booth. Yeah, so we in the booth. We get in the booth.
That happened to us.
It's people sitting in our seats. So we had to tell them to move, and they looking like what? So when the little usher come through and grab our tickets, he had to tell them to leave. He had to clear his throat. He like, Yeah. Go ahead and give him the finger. Like I said, go ahead and give him that finger. They gave him that finger, bro. We sat on down.
He said, "Go give him that finger."
They gave him that finger. Me and my kinfolk sat on down. It was that feel. Like I said, I know the feelings that you were saying. It felt good. It felt good to have him had to brush his people off like that and clear his throat because he came on his tone.
Yeah. His tone.
Okay, I got you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. His tone with to come check our shit.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm glad that they did it at the Rangers like they did. Because you had this little wristband. So it wasn't even like they were checking your tickets or,
if
you
you
know,
had that wristband
you
on,
didn't have
got
that.
no
That's why I
access.
said the tone was completely different because it was real quick. Like, oh, yeah, shit, they got that band on. They got some money. It's like, oh, yeah.
That little first base restaurant, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It was a nice little elegant place. So
the whole level and ambiance. Because even to be down there, bro, you had to have the wristband. Like this whole floor of shit that was
as soon
going
as we
on.
came in, they're like, "Come on, we gotta go get wristband." I'm trying to buy hats and some more shit.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying?
get slapped.
Yeah. Get the wristband on before we split up. I'm like, man, fuck it, I'm in here.
Get
You know, but I've been at the Thunder game and been going down to my seat. Last time I was with him, actually, we went to the Thunder game.
Yeah.
And I came from a different entrance point to the seats than we normally do. And the lady's like, "Oh, excuse me, let me see your seats over here." I just swiped on my phone and just stared at her kind of like this and let her look at the tickets and then swipe all 4 tickets. She's like, "Oh, you're a season ticket holder." I'm like, "Yeah, appreciate you." And walk by. So you know, I mean, there's times we get to rub it in their face.
Yeah, so those undertones, y'all better chill out on those undertones. We know about them.
Well, you got to. If you awoke, if you quote unquote woke,
we
but
know about them
my eyes been
undertones.
awake so long, man. I be ready to headbutt people.
We know about them undertones, man.
You know, back to ball though. What makes him so different? What makes Daniel Snyder so different from Donald Trump?
The same. That's the same with nothing. Nothing.
And so, with that being said, man, like
they the same filthy sexual predator.
Yeah, but you,
and they both getting out for some money. They both getting away with the bread.
You take Todd Bowles, Tampa Bay coach, Byron Leftwich, the offensive coordinator that was fired. You take both of those men. Todd Bowles will probably be fired after this season if they don't perform well in Tampa Bay. Right?
What was that kicker's name that was beating on his wife for like 10 years straight? The white boy.
I forget his name.
I was relying on you to know his name.
I think it was. I want to say like Shane.
You know what I'm talking about,
though, right? It was like Shane. It was something weird. I mean,
but and this real quick, I just want to get this real brief synopsis of to me just how it really goes down in the NFL. That's why on whatever level it don't matter.
Yeah,
man, this bruh was literally. They had a security squad set up for this cat. He was a kicker for the Giants. He was beating on his wife, bro, so regularly that they put a security squad on him to keep him from getting at her. Like that's how often this shit was happening. So he wouldn't get suspended and everything else. Damn. Being able to play for 10 years.
I'm gonna trump you one.
But Ray Rice, this motherfucker was doing this for 10 years. But Ray Rice, you done.
I'm gonna trump you one, man. Trevor Bauer. This motherfucker played baseball.
That's another dirty.
He was top level. I mean, ace. Making $100 million, man, right? One night, woman decided to tell the truth that this nigga had some type of sexual predatorism up in where he liked to beat bitches, and nigga, he ended up holding the kids hostage, a bunch of wild ass shit, right? He got suspended, but I believe because of his complexion for the protection.
That's wild.
The documents that he played, nobody in Major League Baseball was signing. He signed and he just started yesterday, made his debut in Japanese baseball yesterday.
I got one more because this is a low one. I forgot about this chick too. I actually dated this girl.
Damn.
Coco Crisp.
Coco Crisp.
His wife. Monique, I think her last name was Williams.
He was beating his bitch?
Bruh, he was beating her ass, bruh. To the point, and this girl
we should have stayed out of life, dog. Shit.
Hey, I went over there. I'm fucking because we talking about, his baseball motherfucker.
He went over there to
get a better
bro.
Where you going? Don't believe now, but the baby just got real. It got real. I said, nah, I can't be a part of no.
Man. But yeah, Coco, but she drank herself to death, bro.
She drank herself to death?
Yeah, dealing with him. Drinking herself to death. So yeah, these cats out here, they sick in heart and mind. But let's get back on track.
Let's get it.
Let's talk this recently about the Morant being injured.
Yeah, he went up there. Karma, karma get you, man. Karma get you, man.
That's what I was thinking.
Karma get you, man.
I'm sitting there watching.
Yeah, karma get you. Hey, hit that like, hit that subscribe.
Please do.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all can hear this part. Man, whatever type of energy y'all be trying to put out there, it's gonna come back up on you, man. And so if you ain't putting out that right energy, whatever you trying to accomplish, something's gonna get in the way.
Yeah, did you hear he counter on that boy, that 17-year-old boy?
Yeah. He jumped all on him, did him dirty and shit. So like it was just something that it was just something that one of them young, foolish mistakes. Fool myself. You know what I'm saying?
You don't counter so you get your ass back on the court. But now, as team, I think they was kind of really, it was going to be a struggle. It might be a long series. I think it might be a little bit quicker now. I think
so?
they're going. I think. Nah, I don't know.
I got the Lakers. I got the Lakers. I got the Lakers.
Because AD's ass, boy.
If
that
AD
boy
play
built
like
a
he,
graham cracker, boy, you don't know when he
well,
gonna crack.
well, if he just play like he want to, if he play like an old trusty graham cracker, he good. He play like one of these new boys.
He came back today, boy. I'll see. He continued balling out today. I got to give him props for that.
Look, I
AD
want to say
balled
this
out.
too, man. For whatever reason, the NBA season be like a long drag, but that playoff be so fucking intense. It just you get great basketball, man. You get great basketball. That's something you always want to see, man.
They was asking Austin Reeves about that. He's like, "He's about playoff ball." He's like, "Yeah, everybody."
He said,
the intensity is up.
Well, even that, man, like Boston,
Every
man, they
play.
got Atlanta. Atlanta got smacked
Boy,
upside their
that
whole.
was smoking from beginning to end, boy.
Boston's gonna be a problem.
That's like when
Philly.
you put some meat in a smoker and then you just walk away. you know it's getting ready to be
About an hour, it be done.
Yeah. Nah, you just let that one go for about 2 hours.
He said, "Sweat
All right. And speaking of somebody that's crispy,
Yeah,
always
he got
injured.
crispy.
Man, Juan Carlos Stanton.
Yeah, he back. He back
Again.
home. Yeah. Well, I mean, what you
All
want?
that money, bro.
I mean, that's baseball though. Baseball pay them to be hurt, man. They don't care about you being hurt, nigga.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Look, baseball is the
That's a lot
only
of
place.
bread, boy.
Baseball is the only place I know where they don't be like, "Well, I'm finna give you $389 million for 7 years."
You live in the
I understand you ain't played in 3 years and you just came off Tommy John surgery, but when he get right, we got him for the next 7 years.
Right.
NFL, they be like, that
Meanwhile-
motherfucker caught a cold last week and he missed
Meanwhile,
the game
Aaron
because he had
Judge
the
up
flu.
in back
I can't give him $2 million. He had the flu. He's sickly. He's sickly.
balling.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I think that's where sports got fucked up, man. All sports come with injury, man. An old human body is made to run and jump repeatedly for long periods of time. No human body is made to get tackled over and over. You know what I'm saying? For long periods of time. That's just my thought. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's just it. You know, this is shocking though. With Giannis out, Miami doing this. Miami with Jimmy Butler, man, this is also something I had thought before I came. I had made some mental notes for myself.
The Sesh live.
The Sesh is live.
You're live updated this
Miami,
playoff game.
Miami's one of them organizations that you can never take
for granted. You can't.
You can't, man.
Can't do it.
Because they're a professional ran organization from top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And if you play for Miami, you gotta have no ego and you gotta go out there and compete, man.
Gotta be tough.
Yeah, man, because them boys, man, they should not be up 115, 102 with 439.
This is a
you know what I'm
shot.
saying? Without Giannis.
They came out the gate like they was
You know-
hooping ever since, they last game got right off the plane.
Man, they
Let's
still
go.
on a 15-1 run on that ass team. And this is big for Chris Middleton, right? Because, he been hurt.
Supposed to be the
Man,
man.
the homie look just like
Back
that
now.
nigga, man. The homie look just like him. They look just like Phil. Shout out to my partner Phil. You know what I'm saying? Phil Hilton. You know what I'm saying? He
Click
look
that
like
like and that subscribe.
I guess we out this thing, man.
Yes,
we out this
we
thing.
are.
That's the
We
end of
about to
this.
move
That's the
about.
end of this shit right here, man.
About to move about
You know what
watching
I'm
this game.
Yeah.
Give you our live update.
I got daddy.
Pretty much next week's games. It's
Hey, daddy duty
it's about
time.
to crack off. About
You
to
know,
crack
two
off.
gotta go be daddy.
Peace.
I'll holler.